in the elimination bracket. It's MOG going up against Legion Gaming. One team is gonna go home awfully disappointed, and right now it ain't looking like it's Legion Gaming. They're up 2-0 in the series, and we move over to a Lattice oddball, which, to be honest, when I look at this MOG roster, I don't see this being a favorable game mode or a map for them. Legion Gaming have an opportunity to pull off what I would have never dreamed of seeing here, a sweep against MOG.
The same things that happen in game 1 and game 2 need to happen in game 3. A lot of these over-aggressive challenges for MOG that have been punished, that's where you're gonna find the victory if you're on this Legion Gaming squad. Really impressed with their floor. They really haven't had too many mistakes where MOG was able to get a full punish off. I think we only seen it once or twice in these series. A lot of this is coming down to them being in tough positions and bending, but not breaking, not letting MOG gain huge advantages.
Starting off real hot here, Little Gators putting down as much damage as possible, but taking awfully a lot eventually. Caught over towards the QT side of things. Meanwhile, Stellar trying to escape with the sniper, and Syrian has his back. It's going to be huge. If Stellar is able to get away with sniper, we know what he can do with the man one and MVP, and most because of those snipe kills.
That was pretty punishing there, as Stellar should have been dead long ago. Gets that little extra damage, just making it a little bit tougher for Legion Gaming, but Legion Gaming, once again, off spawn, just doing what they need to do. Getting those kills, not letting MOG get too much of an advantage there, even as that ball sits in the bottom of the map. No one getting quite any good time until potentially now. Legion Gaming, they're really playing stout defensive Halo whenever they have to.
Now grabs a hold of the ball, but can't get real time here, knowing that Uzi was in the base. Uzi gets a good trade and 3 down. Go MOG. Eco, the final player, and he's dealt with Legion Gaming over toward the blue side.
Probably gonna be really aggressive since he has this QT. Interesting. I thought like maybe he's gonna try to play into that doorway and get behind these players of MOG, but instead he shades back over to the tower side to get towards his teammates' help, but no kills come from that, and that's gonna open up that path over towards cargo side, where Legion Gaming is gonna have to deal with MOG's pressure. It's gonna flip out these spawns. Good play ball there, but you can see how things can quickly change, right, when one player goes down.
Slight lead here for Legion Gaming, and Common does have that height advantage over to where the catwalk side has an opportunity to pull the ball, but that ball being baited out by Stellar and Syrian. Luckily, Zuzi's there for the cleanup. Both will go down here for MOG, and Chris Common gonna go right back to where he was going originally, and that's on the ball. Zuzi with a triple.
They're gonna be able to find a player right away, and that's gonna keep him staggered. Zuzi, I like how he's just looking for information. He saw that player over at ice. He's gonna give Syrian the challenge there. So yeah, that's the second time we've seen that from Legion, where they use that QT to drop into a challenge. I'd like to see them potentially use that QT. Like, if you're gonna take it into a challenge, take the challenge from where they can see you first, then use the QT to gain your advantage there. Like, there's no reason why he can take that fight from circle, QT down into the gunfight. That's where I'd like to see it more, and the only reason I bring it up is just because that's twice now where we've seen that, where that QT like comes into the fight, right? It's like they can see the big circle, they know where you're coming from.
They often better use defensive as opposed to offensively there. Get out of jail free card sometimes, it can feel like. Stellar advances this ball and repulses right up. Perfect teamwork by MOG in order to get that ball out of the hands of the sniper player. Problem is that Bound and Eco go down so quick, and so does Uzi whenever Stellar has a sniper. Common could have been next, but the double push out of Legion Gaming is going to clear that out, and ball not played. Zuzi is scoring.
Yeah, it's shocking that they're going to be able to get, I mean, probably a decent amount of ball time here. Stellar once again being very, very aggressive with that sniper. We saw that all the time when he had it in his hands on it earlier, and every time we saw it, he got punished. And Legion Gaming is continuing to punish that play, but Stellar gets his sniper back, and if you're gonna give Stellar sniper over and over and over again, it might not be punishing now, but eventually it will, right? Like, Stellar's eventually gonna start hitting those shots, and if he does get warm, this game's gonna quickly change on its head. So I think denial is a really good strategy to try to employ here from Legion Gaming. Right now, with how this game's been going, you've been winning without that sniper in your hands. I'd almost be going with that talk strategy from Halo 5 where you grab that thing, just start wasting ammo. I don't think it's going to make the difference for your squad. It's certainly going to make a difference for MOG if they get that into their possession. They start hitting shots.
Now doing some max damage, but also trying to get out of danger here. He's able to do so, finds the angle onto Little Gators, but maybe didn't expect Zuzi, who was right behind him. Stellar taking damage of his own. He's gonna actually take an interesting route right behind Uzi, who somehow is prepared for it. Him and Common are able to deal with the pressure, and Legion Gaming scoring, and they've passed the 50-point mark.
I mean, Legion Gaming, it feels like every time MOG gets the ball, it's only for a few seconds. Legion Gaming gets the break, and then Legion Gaming, on the flip side, whenever they've had the opportunity to get ball time, like they get a decent chunk before the break happens from MOG. And even now, right, MOG breaks that ball, but they're not able to just go and freely grab it. Little Gators and Uzi making them do eco sick nade. I gotta say, but even now, like, look, like MOG's not getting time on the ball, and that I think has been a big difference in the game. Legion Gaming is just making this really difficult for MOG to be objectively efficient.
We used to call that a GB nade back in the day. I don't know what y'all young kids are calling it right now, but I know for a fact Legion Gaming are calling upon Common to make plays, a huge double kill. MOG end up going 4 down to Legion Gaming, 65 points and counting at the moment as MOG continue to go down. Sent to the respawn screen, the spawners being attacked here. Is this it?
The only way they're gonna get back is if that sniper comes into play and just breaks Legion Gaming setup. You see that sniper just came up. They're gonna have one good opportunity to try to get the stop onto Common, and Common's just shading himself over to where that sniper can't get an angle, and now because of that, MOG can't even go for the sniper. So that really heads up play by Common, just be like, let me get over to the ice. Even if I do die here, like, we'll be able to get up off spawn and get that sniper into our hands. Just, I think, better played efficient. Like, the objective was better played by Legion Gaming that time. They really didn't give opportunity for MOG to get big time, and when they did get the break, like, they weren't giving it to them on a silver platter to get time of their own.
Two things really kind of sit in my mind right now when thinking about this matchup. Number one, I don't think Oddball Lattice is favorable for MOG whatsoever. This is a bad mapping game mode in their pool currently. Number two, Legion Gaming have been putting in the work. I talked about it before. They are scrimming daily. I've been watching, I've been loving it, and hard work truly pays off. MOG may have the ball right now, but you're down 0-2 in the series, and you're also down 0-1 in rounds. They're in danger of getting swept.
Legion Gaming is playing better right now. My big concern is this is oddball, right? And you're giving ample opportunity for this to happen, right? Like, that's what I'm scared of for Legion Gaming, is when Stellar starts heating up with that sniper. And yeah, right now, I think Legion Gaming is playing much better, but as time goes on, you need to close this out in this round. Like, if you let this go too far, you let the snipers start going into MOG's hand, they start hitting those shots, this game's gonna be completely different. And right now, already in this round, you see how just a couple shots that went their way that weren't in the previous rounds have already resulted in a 27-0 run. And yeah, I already see it, Tony. Like, this is a different MOG roster this round. They're just executing a little bit better on these slays. The impact that they're having is being much better received for their roster.
Oftentimes, this team is known for just playing better when their backs are against the wall. Well, you're seeing that right here, right now, with no other chance but now to put Legion Gaming 3 down to the final player over on the cargo side. Bound. Able to stay alive. Stellar steals that one, but teamwork truly is what makes the dream work.
Yeah, I love the duality of Bound sometimes. Like, the fact that he makes himself the hardest kill I think that you could possibly have in the game against Common, right? Just absurd movement tech there, like, just making it so tough. And the following kill is him just getting caught completely out in the open and dying like 5 shots. If that isn't like peak Bound gameplay, I don't know what is. It's like the man is just going to have these like big boob moments, and sometimes he's just gonna get caught in the open like that. But either way, you see, like, the kills are just going to MOG this time. They aren't losing some of these critical one-on-ones, and the big part is Legion Gaming hasn't been able to take advantage of the mistakes that we saw before. Oh, maybe now. Uzi finally getting ball time in. Stellar is still there. He's the last alive. If he can find this kill on Uzi and slow down Legion Gaming, it'd be huge.
For this entire game, it felt like MOG has had complete control, complete space on the map, and have been dominating every facet of the game. Finally, Legion Gaming have a few slays that go their way and have an opportunity to maybe change things. Syrian trying to chase down this ball carrier, Uzi, bringing it all the way over toward the ice baitable position. But Eco and MOG, they flipped the map on him.
That perfect shot was great. Makes a big difference. What's more important is Legion Gaming, those spawners came up. They found Stellar over at Cargo. Stellar was really the glue piece there that was keeping that setup good for MOG, right? Like as soon as he loses that Cargo side, then they don't have any help within the rest of that gunfight, and Legion Gaming takes advantage of it. You want those complementary angles on the map so often. And I'm saying it again, look how aggressive Stellar's being. He has Sniper in his hands. That's the reason why he's doing it. But there's no complementary help there, right? So like Stellar's basically putting the game in his hands when he does that. He's saying, I'm gonna hit the shot and that's gonna make the difference. But there's no follow-up to that play. And when it gets punished, you're seeing how the game changes. Now, what was a huge lead for MOG has turned into basically an even game. And you've given the Sniper to Common to now maybe start making an impact with it.
What a shot by Common. And what a start here for another setup for Legion Gaming, who are about to take the lead if things continue to go their way. Watching for the shortcut jump over the top side. It does end up coming, but a little bit of Halo timing there, if you will. Eco does the initial damage, and it looks like MOG have the kills necessary. Uzi has something to say about that, but just doesn't have the reinforcements, and 4 down go Legion Gaming.
Good example of Legion Gaming, like in that position, they knew what was happening, but they didn't quite know the timing of when it was going to happen, and it makes the difference. If he stays looking at that vent, pops Sirion's head as he pops in, that there's no teeth to that fight. Instead, they look away, they get terrible timing onto the push, and things are looking radically different now.
Enemy has the ball.
Fresh off the 3 down for Legion Gaming, MOG on the ball, but it looks like they still have to deal with multiple players from Legion Gaming who are just funneling inbound. Rips a nice little double out of nowhere. Eco perfectly placed over toward the top inside like a turret. The damage goes down, and Chris Common is he's stuck on Cargo. He can't get anywhere near the ball. MOG, 72 points.
Once again, just another big kill, right? We talk about how important that Cargo side is when you're holding that ball over there. Those complementary angles are going to be so important to finding your break. Look how like now the push from Legion Gaming, how they don't have those complementary angles as they pop in. If they go down early, it's really punishing in those spots, and more time going to be going over to MOG. And yeah, Legion Gaming, I don't think they're gonna have enough time now. There's just too many players going down, splintered on the map. There's no cohesive push that I think can happen in these next 10 seconds. It maybe comes down to a one-on-one. Sirion, you see your teammate spawn, he's gonna try to hold it long enough. They should get this kill in time. They should. Oh my God.
Woo. Oh my gosh. Split second right there, but Sirion is able to survive. And what? It's just, this is the MOG that we expected to see all series long, and I guess it took for them to go down 0-2 in the series and down 0-1 in Oddball, I guess, to really wake up. But MOG, can you do it again? Can you put your first point on the series board?
I like this from Zuzi. I mean, you gotta punish, like, you can't let him get away with that sniping. I don't think Stellar expected such an aggressive push, and honestly, that's, you know, great individual play by Zuzi to like understand I need to go kill Stellar. Even better play by just the entirety of Legion Gaming. They've really used the entirety of everyone's position to break that ball into blue. They get it to that power spot, and even after the break happens, they get the play ball. They wasted out the sniper ammo. I mean, that's a huge, like, good first possession by Legion Gaming, but MOG seemed to be way more efficient than we saw them in the first round. I mean, they didn't waste any time getting to that ball once again.
Now they want to push this ball back over toward the blue side, but didn't count for Common being ultra aggressive right through the mid map and right towards his face. Luckily, Sirion comes with the cleanup and has a little bit of ball time here, but it's just an all-out brawl that ends up with MOG 4 players up and Legion Gaming 4 players down.
You look at Legion Gaming spawn at Cargo there, you think it's good because they're gonna have quick access, but the reality was they were so aware of it. Sirion getting that damage early, the help coming through, it really splintered the hopes of Legion Gaming there, and they haven't been able to get that neutral game yet. They've been down numbers all throughout this hold. And Cargo side's in control now. MOG really has the map in front of them. They're gonna understand where these pushes are coming from. The big thing is making sure Sirion at least plays that. Like, if you do get broken, that ball needs to get played, and that doesn't happen. This is, I think, like the punishing nature of this game is being realized right now. Now look at the spawns of MOG. Look how far away these spawns are going to be. Look how aggressive Zuzi can be onto these challenges. They're going to get a lot of ball time here. Getting a play ball is so important in those spots. And I think what we've seen a lot is that this MOG roster would much rather play for the bigger play, where they're like, oh, well, if I win these gunfights, I'm going to get a lot more ball time. Whereas Legion on the other side is saying, well, we'll take what you give us, right? Like, yeah, you gave us 10 seconds there. We're going to take the 10 seconds, play the ball, get back into the neutral game.
Enemy has the ball.
Beautifully played here by Legion Gaming, but MOG right back on the ball here and tied up at 35 apiece. These next few fights feel so important. It decides who's going to get that setup and who's not. And mind you, Legion Gaming have a clear advantage. They're the ones earning points.
Oh, go CC. I like this. He's manipulating spawns heavily. The thing is, as long as he's communicating how he's manipulating those spawns, his team should be able to take advantage. You see 2 early kills come in, but the Cargo spawn does eventually bite them. Oh, yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I really do like the play in the moment. Like, if I was in common spot, I'd be probably making the same play, but the risk of it does actually come to bite them, that they gave out those Cargo spawns that he was initially blocking. The ball carrier went down, and MOG's gonna get a good chunk of time here. So, you know, I think when I originally saw the play, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, Chris Common, let's do this. But and the execution wasn't quite there, and the punish is being realized right now. I mean, MOG's getting quite a good bit of time here from that play.
Doesn't work out their way, but they are eventually able to get the slays necessary to earn some ball time. Although MOG are the ones with 61 points, Legion Gaming on the right side of where this ball is, looking to secure some kill. Actually confused by the indicator. Look, it was outside. No, it's inside. There we go. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, it's always frustrating too, because you're like, man, I should have had like another 5 seconds here. It's like wasting too much time. But you see the kill, opening one, going to bound, and he's not necessarily trying to progress. He's trying to get these kills and gonna make this position so much weaker. Oh, he's out of ammo. No! Uzi able to get that kill, and look, though, that's been the difference all series long. That's the reason why Legion Gaming's up 2-0. Some of these kills that you think should go to MOG haven't, and Legion Gaming hasn't wasted these opportunities when they've come. They're now able to establish a 20-point lead.
Scoring once again are Legion Gaming. Stellar, the final player they have to find. Stellar is going to try to chase right after the ball player, even though at a number disadvantage. He knows they're losing time right now, as it's 89 seconds for Legion Gaming, and a huge kill by Stellar, but ends up back by Legion Gaming. Legion Gaming may just pull off the upset. 4 down go MOG, and it's mathematically impossible. Legion Gaming send MOG home.
Yeah, they're not going to get the spawns necessary. Wow. Legion Gaming. All right.